Dear friends, today let me demonstrate how to create time animation in ArcGIS. Visualizing temporal data over time allows us to observe patterns or trends that emerges in our data as time passes. For example, we can visualize how the number of coronavirus cases increased or decreased over time, or observe the patterns in the population growth over time. A time animation allows us to visualize such changes in our temporal data over time. A time animation allows us to control the time of the display. The features, table rows, or rasters in our time-enabled data are displayed based on the current display time in the map, scene, or globe. In order to create time animation, first we need to prepare database with appropriate fields in its attribute table representing date, event, and cumulative total of the events. Let us first load the layer corona_A. So for this I have stored some data in my exercise folder. I open it and load the respective data into my project. So if we open the attribute table of this layer, we can see few system fields and a field identifying the name of the district, and these are some system fields. We can turn these fields just off for right now. This file has been prepared on the basis of the administrative file downloaded from the Survey Department of Nepal's website. It contains 77 polygons representing 77 districts of Nepal. Now, in the attribute table, we add a few fields to populate data on the date, event, and total cases for that particular date. For this, we go to table options and add field. Now, add field date as type date. Okay. Next field we are going to create is the case, where we enter number of cases in particular day. So let it be short integer. Okay. And add one more field and name it as total case, where we calculate the cumulative cases. As let us create it as float type, and don't forget to limit the number of decimal places for this field. Let us make it 0. Okay, let's apply. Okay, now we can enter the data for each and every district, and actually the data on number of coronavirus cases is published by the Ministry of Health and Population of Nepal every day in its website. Now let us see one of such database. For say, let us see such case for certain date. So it is presented as this format. So we can see the data, see the data for different districts, and number of cases for different district for that particular date. So we pick up data, number of cases from this table. For example, for Zappa district, it is 4 on this particular day. For Morang district, it is 5 on this particular date, and so on. So now we start to interpopulate these fields. Let us say if for this we have to start editing session, start editing, okay, and populate data for different dates. In date field, we write, let us say March 1st, 2020, and number of cases for this particular district, let us say it is 5, and the total will also be 5. Similarly, for Banglung district, on the same day, March 1st, 2020, let us say the number of cases is 3, and the total case for this will be 3. Similarly, we populate all these fields for different districts. Similarly, we can populate these fields for the day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. So if we are going to populate data for, say, this particular district for the next day, so in such case, we do not have that particular record anymore here. That's why we should copy this particular record, copy it, and paste it into the same layer, Corona A. Let us paste it. So now it is there. So it is there. And let us say for the day 2, second day of March, we have 7 cases of corona virus infected people. So then the cumulative total will be 5 plus 7, and that is 12. This is the way to include data for particular districts for different dates. Similarly, for Banglung, if we have to create data for some other date, we can copy it, paste it to the same table, and let us see. So this, and let us say it is for March 5, and the number of cases is 10, let us say 10, and the cumulative total for Banglung for this particular district will be 3 plus 10, it is 13. So in this way, we populate our information database table with information from the Ministry of Health and Population and save all this data in our data layer corona_A. Now let us stop editing and save these edits. So after completing the data entry part, we may proceed with the preparation of making time animation. So now let us see another project file. In this project, I have just loaded Corona A file with data in it, data on coronavirus cases I have entered it for your convenience. All the data has been increased. For Assam district, we have data for 5/25/2020, and for all other districts also we have data entered for different dates. This is just, it may take some time to enter the data, but this is one of the main parts in creating time animation in ArcGIS. Apart from this, to give it the context, we have prepared a map of Nepal with district names in it. Similarly, we have a layer called wards alien, which gives the administrative division of Nepal into provinces. So let us symbolize it. Let us symbolize it with appropriate symbols. So in this folder, I have symbols already, wards, okay. You may change your symbols as per your taste. So now it looks like more cleaner. So in Corona A layer, we have data for different dates, and we are going to use T-case field to display the number of coronavirus cases for different dates. So we are going to use this T-case field and date field. So for this also, to be more clear on data visualization, we can symbolize or classify all these districts into different categories and symbolize it properly. I have done it. Corona said you can choose the value field is T case, so you can choose the colors or color ramp as per your taste. So in this particular case, we have categorized data into different ranges, and we apply this. So it looks just like this. So with this at our hand, we are almost ready to create animation. So first of all, in creating a time animation, we will first enable time on the data sets we want to visualize over time, which is Corona A. All other layers are just for creating a map-like display. So let us see the properties, layer properties for Corona A properties, and we enable time field here. Let us see layer properties, time tab, click time tab, and enable time on this layer. Let us enable it, and time field in our case is date, okay, and layer extend. Now we calculate the total number of extend. It will automatically calculate. Right. It has calculated for dates March 1 up to June 30, midnight. So we can enter here the time step interval. It is 7 automatically, but we make it 1 day interval. And we want to display data cumulatively. And let us check this. So time enabling part is done. We apply it, it's okay, and check it, okay. So now we are all set to create time animation for our cases. So for this, let us make sure that we have enabled time on the data that we want to visualize over animation. This one, we have already done. We have done. So now for creating animation, we just turn on all these fields. Okay. Now to create animation track, we go to animation menu, click it, and first we create time animation. So it is done. Time animation has been created. Now we can go to animation controls menu and let us see the options. So play options, we can put by duration. The total time duration will be 10 seconds in this case, but let us make it play by number of frames, and this we can calculate automatically. Frame duration, let's put 0.0 say 2 seconds per frame, and let us check whether it works or not. Let us play this, check by playing. So now you see it is displaying the data. So if it satisfies you, you can just pause and stop this. If it works, then we can create we can export this animation to MP4 format so that we can share our file with others as standalone file. Let us do that. Export animation. So let us save it here as exercise 1 AVI. Okay, AVI file. We export it. And there are some configuration items. We can keep the default values. And this temporal quality, let us move it to 1 and click OK. Now by clicking this OK, ArcGIS will start making animation file. Let us do it. Okay. It may take some time depending upon the volume of the data. So now it is creating our animation file. So because there are almost 1100 records in our file, it may take some time. Until then, we have to wait. There are no other options. So it seems to me that it may take up to 5 minutes to complete exporting this file. So until it works on creating animation file, I can enjoy a cup of tea. It's so cold outside. So it's winter in Nepal. So by the way, you may be interested in knowing a few facts about Nepal. So Nepal is a small country lying in between two big countries, India and China. And it, its border with India is about 1,937 kilometers long, and with China it is about 1,500 kilometers long. Nepal has population around 30 million population, and this in this year 2021 we are going to have population census, and then we'll have more exact figure on population of our country. And recently the government of Nepal has published the latest map of Nepal, according to which the total area of Nepal is about 148,006.67 square kilometers. So these are some information for your kind information. And all the data maps in Nepal are published by the Survey Department, which is the National Mapping Authority in Nepal. No person or organization is allowed to publish map of Nepal or part of it without the permission of the mapping committee in Nepal. The secretariat of mapping committee is at the Survey Department of Nepal, which is located at Baneshwar of Kathmandu, the capital district. So if anybody wants to publish map of Nepal, distribute or do business with maps of Nepal, one has to take permission from the mapping committee of Nepal. For this, one may go with application to the survey department, and they will arrange a meeting of mapping committee, go through your product, and give you permission accordingly as per the rules and regulations prevailing in Nepal. So actually we are now very lucky that we have such environment where we can share our knowledge with each other through social media or through making YouTube videos. There are a lot of informative videos for people working in our profession, geoinformatics profession. So this is my first try in sharing knowledge and skill through this media by making so MP4 video. I hope you may get inspired from this and this type of works, and you may be able to produce even more productive, informative, and useful products like I have done. At least I wish to see people creating this type of products. And By looking at this type of information or by visualizing information in spatial context in maps, the concerned people or organization can create their uh, strategy and activities to control, let us say in our case, to control the spread of coronaviruses. Similarly, the government agencies or some other public agencies can develop their strategy, their programs, and their actions to address the problems viewed in this way. So this type of products I think will be quite useful for the planners, the government authorities, especially the Ministry of Health and Population in case of Nepal, and also for some other public institutions, NGOs and INGOs who can come up with their programs and assist our government in mitigating the negative effects of coronavirus cases. So it is almost done. It took more than 5 minutes, unfortunately. Only 6 more percentage to go. Sometimes waiting is very difficult. When you wait for something, it looks like the time is moving very, very slowly. So it seemed very, very long time, the last few minutes. So we are almost done. So in this way, we have created the animation, time-lapse animation file for our database. It is done. So now we have saved it in our location, and now let us try to play it. It is okay. The file, it's a file here. The file has been saved here. We can play it using some media player. Let us check it in Windows Media Player. So here is the file we have just made. Yeah. I see the information popping out for different dates. So you can create animation while you are in layout view as well. In this case, you can add some more information so that it looks more clear for the users. For example, you can add the title, the subtitle, the date, the legends, and a few more information as per your uh, wish. So this is the way how we create time-lapse animation. So I believe that sharing knowledge is one of the most fundamental acts of professional development because it is a way you can give something without losing anything. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope I didn't spoil your time. Thank you. Bye bye.